Nowadays, education is preparation for employment. People yell and say education is a key to success. Is it a preparation or a key to success? Is it a preparation or a solution for employment and problems in the society? Where is that teacher who is going to impart knowledge in students? The one who is going to teach them how to think and not what to think. Where is that teacher? We need teachers who are going to inspire children, motivate them on things they are going to do in life, not for the sake of exams, but they are the teachers who are going to provide solution to their learners, and not solutions for the sake of exams, but teachers who are going to provide knowledge to learners in order to solve the problems of the society and not the problems of ECZ. We want a teacher who is going to impart knowledge in his or her learners, not what they are going to teach, but how they are going to teach. Not only teachers who only teach for salaries, but they teach for passion, though they get their salaries. Where is that teacher? We need your teacher. Where is that lecturer? Where is that student? Where is that learner? Where are you?
Okay, now welcome to the second podcast of our broadcasting here live at PAMTIC, your DJ PAMTIC. And now in this podcast, I'm going to talk about ICTs. First of all, we are going to ask a question. What is ICT, first of all? These words, these letters, ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology. Information and Communication Technology. So these are the words, these are the letters that we're talking about. And ICT mainly deals with the technological tools and resources used in the creating, storing, managing, and sharing of information. I've said that the ICT mainly deals with technological tools and resources used in the creating, storing, managing, and sharing of information. You know, these technological tools and resources include electronic communication devices and applications such as radios, televisions, phones, computers, networking, hardware, and softwares, also satellite systems, and various services and applications. That is about ICT. Now, the terminologies that are used in ICTs are such as computer, hardware, software, data, information, etc. that we can mention. We are going to see that as we go. Now, I can lead you of them and explain it. We have a computer. A computer is explained as an electronic device that accepts data as input, processes the data into information, stores data information in its memory or storage, and produces an output. I have said a computer is an electronic device that accepts data as input, the first one, and then this data is being processed, and then this data, which is processed into information, can be stored in its memory or storage, and later it can be retrieved or produced as an output. That is about the computer. Pardon for that. Come to the hardware. Hardware is explained as the physical components or parts that make up a computer system. For example, we can give the monitor, the mouse, the keyboard, the CPU, and the like. So these are tangible things that you can see. I can touch on the touchpad. I can press on the keyboard. I can move the mouse, and I can also view on the monitor. The computer memory consists of two things that makes it possible to run and operate. And these two things are hardware and software. And I've already explained about the hardware. We come to the software part. The software is explained or defined as the set of instructions or programs that make a computer run, operate, or function. For example, the operating system, the word processor, the web browser, the desktop publisher, etc. So these softwares, they contain data. And data can be explained as raw facts and figures, that is to say, numbers, words, sounds, and images which have no particular meaning attached to them. For example, I can say 8:07 hours, DM1, A1. It's just literally meaning nothing. It has no meaning. It can mean something else. We can say 8 mangoes, 8 guavas, 07 hours. We can say 7 kwacha, and like. Now, this data, as we said, you can process this data to become information. Now, what is information? Information is data that has now been given a meaning. Now, I can say these are raw facts and figures that has now meaning or being processed. For example, Kabwe is 8 years old now. So that 8 has now been given a meaning. Kabwe is 8 years old, meaning it's talking about now years. Then lectures start around 7 hours. Now that's 0700 meaning something. Now DM1, we can say that that is first year mathematics diploma. You see, diploma mathematics year 1 at our institution. So that is now information. We continue. As we talk about ICTs, you deal with computers and you need network. You need to network the computers or the devices that you are using for easy communication and sharing of data and information. Now, a network, that is the connection of 2 or more computers so that they can easily share or communicate, even share data, information, and resources. Now, this network, when you network computers, for instance, not in the same building but afar off, you need internet. And internet can be explained as a network that connects computer and smaller networks worldwide. Now, these can be accessed using the web browser, using in a www, and www stands for World Wide Web. And this World Wide Web is a part of internet which is made up of websites. And each website is made up of 1 or more pages. And these can be accessed in a program called a web browser. And a web browser is a software that is used on a computer to access to the websites and web pages on the World Wide Web. And if you don't know exactly the website, you can use a search engine. And a search engine returns a list of websites or documents that meet the search criteria that you have put in the the search box. And later, after you have searched what you wanted, you can download this information or these web pages. And we can say downloading is getting data or information or programs from a computer server or a World Wide Web. And sometimes maybe it's you you want others to download those documents. You may upload the documents that you have to the computer or a server or a World Wide Web. And uploading, that is putting up of information or data programs onto a computer server or a World Wide Web. And for you to upload or to download, you need a gadget. And a gadget is an electronic device that can be used to create, store, manage, and share data or information. And after you have this gadget, accessing to this information that you want, you can either add it in hard copy or soft copy using the gadget that you have. So, for instance, if you use a hard copy, meaning you need a printer. So this is a printed material on a paper. But if you don't have a printer, maybe you have an Android phone or a computer. So desktop or laptop computer. then you can access to this information. And a soft copy can be defined as an output seen on the monitor or the sound that is heard through the speakers. Now, sometimes these things are attacked by viruses. And the virus, we can explain that is a piece of program code that, like a biological virus, that makes copies of itself by attaching itself to another program. And the virus can waste the host resources and sometimes destroy or change files. And there are there are types of viruses, file infector and the like. Now, the other terminology that we can talk about is digital. Digital means having only discrete values. The most common form of digital data is binary, which has two values, mainly that is 0 and 1. And there is also analog. Analog is used to describe something that changes value continuously. For example, the dial of the speedometer of a car or the clock scale. Now, that is called an analog. Now, data from the environment is mostly analogous. The examples of ICT gadgets that I can give is the desktop computer, the laptop computer, the iPad, the iPhone, the palm tops, the notebooks, the tablets, the television set, and we can say a television set is an electronic device that is used for broadcasting or receiving mobile images and sound. We have also a radio. Is an electronic device for broadcasting or receiving sound. And we have also digital cameras. These are electronic devices that records and stores photographic images in digital form. And we also have the projector, the mobile, the smartphones, the game consoles, the game pads, and etc. Now, there are 4 basic elements of a computer. That is to say, the input, process, output, and storage. And input includes devices such as the keyboard, the mouse, the microphone, the scanner, the game consoles, the joystick, the touchpad, the touch screen, the webcam. And output includes the monitor, the printer, and data projector, speakers, the headsets, the touch screen, the plotters, and etc. And the processing device that we have is CPU, and we have a lot of types of CPU. There is Core I, 1, 2, 5, 7, and the CPU just stands for Central Processing Unit. It is a chip that is embedded on the motherboard inside the system unit. And the CPU is the core of every computer. Without it, the computer cannot function. The CPU, as I said earlier, is a microchip that is installed or inserted on or embedded on a motherboard and acts as the computer's brain, performing the calculations and coordinating the hardware components. The processing speed of the CPU is measured in hertz with a symbol Hz, a small z, which is the number of clock cycles per second. In another topic, we'll talk about the motherboard. The 3 parts of the CPU, that is arithmetic logic unit, which is ALU, is the part of the CPU that performs all the arithmetic computations and logical operations. There is also control unit, which is responsible for executing or storing the results coming out of the ALU. The control unit also performs the function of fetch, decode, execute, and store. We also have the register, and these are temporary storage areas for instructions or data within the processor. Okay, this is for today. We shall continue in the next episode. Palm Teach at PalmTech.